Hi, writer friends. I'm Christina Rienzi, thriller author and writer coach. Today, I'm here to give some insight and inspiration on writing distractions, how to bust them, and how to just be a better, more focused writer. We all, as authors, have this. We have distractions to our writing. There are lots of culprits. Some we create ourselves, and some just happen. For example, we have, just our social media, which I know is part of the business. We have to be on social media. We have to be present and connect. And all of that author marketing stuff we have to do, our newsletters and blogs and website, that can be a distraction to actually writing. We also have research we need to do for our stories and just our author business world and life, right? So there's a lot of that going on, making connections with other writers and readers. Things like, just everyday stuff like regular emails we might get, texts on our phone, going into Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and just getting lost, right? That's a distraction to actually writing, which is what we're here to do as authors, right? We're here to write that next great story. Also, other distractions could be things that we don't even see as distractions because they're part of our normal life, right? The people in our lives, our spouses, our partners, our kids, our pets. Maybe it's the weather. It's beautiful out and you don't want to write, you want to go outside. Or even sleep. I find sleep is a distraction as well. I try to get up early to write, and sometimes I want to sleep a little bit longer. So there are a lot of culprits to what can be a writing distraction. And at the end of the day, if we let these distractions win, we are not doing what we love to do most, which is write that story. So we have to get a little bit more control over these writing distraction culprits and figure out a way to bust them up, get them out of the way so we can get back to what we do best, which is writing. So there are a million things that you can do and try, and lots of articles out there and YouTubes and all that kind of stuff. But I really tried to think about some really easy ways, some steps that you can take on a regular basis that are pretty simple and pretty generic, would fit everybody, that you can take to just get those distractions out of the way so you can get back to the art of writing, right? That's what you're here to do, is write. So I thought about what you would, the steps you would need to take, and I just want to go over those with you. And I have 5 steps you can take on your road to busting up those writing distractions and getting back to writing, okay? So the first thing I think is easy enough for all of us to do is to make writing a priority, right? That's really important. Writing is important to you. It's something you want to do. Make it a priority. That begins in your mind. So start with it being a priority in your mind, like this is something important to me. This is something I want to do in my life, and I'm going to do it. And with that mindset, what the first thing to do, whether it's on your phone, online, I have a real live planner, like old fashioned handwritten planner. Schedule writing first. Look at your planner. What I recommend, and this, is you do it whatever works for you. But what I recommend is pick a day, like let's say it's Sunday when you're preparing for the week. Look at your schedule ahead and schedule writing first. Make writing your first priority. So put writing in every slot that you want to write in. So for me, it's mornings and weekends. So I'll put in, write, and then I'll get ready for work, or I'll do what I have to do for the rest of the day. Schedule writing first. And then if you're somebody who's able to work from home and or work from home writing all the time, it may be a chunk of time in the day that you're scheduling that. Whatever it is you're doing, schedule writing first on your planner. Once you put writing in for the next week, let's say if you did a chunk a week at a time, because that's the most easy to deal with because we all have such busy lives and so many things are coming up with family and friends and plans and even author related things. Do it a week at a time. Start Sunday, go Sunday to Saturday, and schedule writing first. Then schedule everything else. Obviously, if you have a birthday party on Saturday for somebody, or you have an event, that will be on your calendar too. But make sure that you write that writing down first, wherever it would fit in. Then everything else comes next. So that's the number one thing. Make writing a priority. Schedule writing first. The second thing you can do after you do that is create an accountability for yourself. You can say, I'll write, I'll set my alarm, I'll put a timer on my phone. That's great. But what other ways of accountability can you set? Because sometimes that works and sometimes that's not enough. What I will do when I'm in the groove of my morning writing and I'm working on a project is I have a Twitter group that I hashtag and I find, and I report in every morning and I say, hey, I'm here, I'm writing, and we're all there and we're all together writing. And it's a 5 a.m. writers group. So it's 5 a.m. writers. So that's what we do on Twitter. We'll hashtag, I'll put the little, the @ sign and 5 a.m. writers, and we'll all kind of check in. And that's the first thing I'll do. I'll get up, I'll say I'm writing, I'll hashtag them, I'll reach out to them. And the reason is it's a public acknowledgement that you've made a commitment to write. You have other people who might not be holding you accountable, like they're not going to call you, but they're there and they're there and you've told them I'm writing right now. So you've made a commitment out loud to them. So whatever that is, even if it's an accountability partner as a writer friend, or you want to text someone, or you want to just do like a little ritual, like write it in your calendar, whatever it is, hold yourself accountable, come up with a schedule that works for you, and create accountability for yourself that you are going to do this every day before you write, as an accountability that you are to write. Or the other way to do it is after you're done writing. What I used to do is put my word count in my calendar. I would just write whatever words I accomplished for the day. So it was like I was done writing, I wrote my word count down, or I just checked off on the list. Checked off, crossed off, writing, done for the day. That made me feel good. It was an accountability. I need to check that off. I need to cross that off. I need to write my word count down, or I need to check in with somebody. That's really important. It keeps you on track. Third thing, hard to do, but needs to be done. When you're in the writing room or your writing space, turn off your phone. Better yet, leave it in the other room. Close the door to where you are if you can, if possible. If not, and there's people around and things, put headphones on. Anything you do, or if you could leave the house and go to the library, do that. Starbucks, Panera, whatever's convenient for you. Make sure that anything that's going to get in your way of writing, that's going to pull your attention away in the writing moment, remove it. Remove it to the best of your ability. You know what that is. That's really important to do. So turn all the distractions off. If you're on your computer, turn off the internet, notifications. I don't even put Wi-Fi on when I'm writing. I turn everything off. I turn my phone off. I turn the Wi-Fi off. I go in a room. I close the door. I'm by myself. All I can do in there is write. I don't want to be distracted. Now, my office has a lot of stuff going on, but I'm focused, and I keep telling myself, look back at the computer. If I'm having a hard time concentrating, I redirect my brain. No distractions. Don't look at the piece of paper on the desk. If it's easier for you, declutter your desk and the space you're writing. So anything you can do to all that you're doing in this time is writing. So everything else needs to be eliminated. Internet, phone, people, noise, if that works for you. If it doesn't and you need music, that's fine. But anything that is going to get in your way, get rid of it. This is about writing, and you got to stay focused on that. The other thing I do, number 4, is set a timer. If I have an hour in the morning, before I have something else I need to be doing, work or otherwise, I set a timer. I get in the seat, I set the timer, in an hour I'm done. So I know this is my writing time. It's 1 hour and that's all I have. If you're writing all day long, then I recommend it in the opposite direction. Set a timer to get up, to get something to eat, to get a drink, to go for a walk, to clear your head, to answer, if you have to answer texts and emails and things like that. Set a timer. The timer went off once an hour. Let me get up. Let me do what I got to do. Back to writing. Shut that off. So using timers to be your clock and your kind of like personal assistant telling you what you need to do and not to do is really key, because you're not thinking, do I have to do this, do I have to do that? And your mind is going. The timer goes off. Time to grab lunch. Time to email so-and-so. Time to do social media, which, by the way, anytime you do social media, when it's specific to your business, or it's something that needs to be done, not just, you have a few hours to kill and you want to check out what's going on Facebook. When it's specific to what you're doing for your writing world, set a timer. Give yourself a half hour, an hour a day. Too much is no good, because you'll get sucked in and then other things won't get done. And too little isn't good either, because you really want to be there to connect. So setting a timer is key for everything you need to do. And the fifth and final thing that you can do once you've scheduled your writing, made your writing a priority and scheduled it first on your calendar, you have created an accountability for yourself to do this. You have gotten rid of every distraction you can think of in the environment in which you're going to be writing. You have set your timer for whatever you need to set your timer for. Once you've done all of that and you're there and everything is fallen away, be purposeful. Be purposeful in the time you're spending. This is precious time for you. This is writing time. This is creative time. This is story time. Be purposeful. What I mean by that is focus, be there. Be in the story. Focus on what it is you're writing. Focus on the characters. Focus on just the plot, whatever it is you need to do. If you're editing, whatever you're doing with your time, focus, be purposeful. This is your time. It's precious. It should have all of your energy. Even if it's a half hour, it doesn't matter. The time doesn't matter. When you're in the moment and you're you're being present and purposeful, amazing things are going to happen. Your writing is going to flow. You're going to be in the zone. Stuff is going to happen in your story that's unexpected because everything has fallen away and all there is you in the story. So I hope that this helped. I know there's a million tips and tricks out there. I felt like these were easy enough for me to share with you, something everybody can do. Some writing distraction busters. Schedule your writing first. Create accountability. Turn off your phone. Get rid of all your distractions. Set a timer for whatever you need to address during this so that their obstacles are taken away from you. Get rid of those obstacles. And finally, be present and purposeful. And I promise you, you will write an amazing story that you will be very proud of. So thank you so much for letting me share my tips and tricks for writing distractions with you today. Again, I'm Christina Rienzi, thriller author, writer, coach. You can find me at ChristinaRienzi.com. If you are looking for a writer group to connect, inspiration, some coaching, information, I share funnies and we just kind of connect and get together. I have a group on Facebook called The Write Group, WRITE with periods in between. Each letter stands for something, so it's Write Group, and I would love to have you. So find us on Facebook and join. So that's it, writer friends. Go forth, get rid of those distractions, and write the best story you possibly can.